Let me ask you something. Have you ever been around a woman and felt like there was something going on beneath the surface? Like her eyes lingered a little too long. Her smile lasted just a second more than usual, but then nothing. No words, no confession, just confusion. What if I told you there are women in your life right now, yes, right now, who are absolutely crazy about you, but you'd never know it, not unless you knew how to see what most men completely miss. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Attraction isn't loud. It doesn't always come in flirty texts or obvious compliments. Real attraction, the deep kind that shakes her up inside, it's hidden, buried in body language, small tests, tiny behavioral changes. Things 99% of men walk right past. The wild part? She's probably already shown you one or both of these signs, and you didn't even notice. You might have even thought she wasn't into you at all. But that couldn't be further from the truth. These two signs I'm about to break down, they don't lie. They're biologically wired into her, and once you know them, you'll never look at a woman the same way again. So if you've ever sat there wondering, does she like me? Or am I just imagining this? You're about to get your answer. Clear, unfiltered, no guesswork. Let's crack open the secrets no one ever taught you, and finally see what she's been trying to tell you without saying a single word. If you've ever felt confused by women's behavior, you're not alone. Every guy at some point has misread the signs, thinking she was just being polite, when in reality she was burning up inside, hoping you'd notice her. You see, women are masters of subtlety. They're not going to walk up and say, "Hey, I'm totally into you," because that's not how it works. That's not how they're wired. Instead, they leave behind clues. Clues in how they act, how they talk, even how they look at you when they think you're not watching. Most guys, they're blind to it. Not because they're dumb, but because no one ever teaches us how to read that language. That's what this video is for. Today, you're going to discover the two hidden signs that reveal when a woman is absolutely crazy about you. Not kinda interested, not just curious, but seriously into you, so much so that her subconscious can't hide it. We're going beyond the surface here. We're tapping into biological attraction, the kind that her body reveals before her brain even catches up. And yes, one of these signs is going to catch you off guard, because it's something you've seen before, but never realized it meant this much. Before we begin, I'd appreciate it if you liked the video so more people can learn this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend you do that now and hit the bell icon. This channel is all about giving you practical insights into confidence, attraction, and self-mastery, without the gimmicks or fake guru nonsense. Just real talk from a guy who's been there. All right, let's get into the first sign, and once you see it, you'll never miss it again. Let's start with something that might seem harmless on the surface, but once you see what it really means, you'll realize how powerful it is. This sign is called the copycat effect. Now don't let the name fool you. This isn't about someone blatantly copying your every move like a child playing a game. This is way more subtle. It's biological. It's primal. It's unconscious. When a woman is deeply attracted to you, her brain activates a behavior pattern known as mirroring, and she doesn't even know she's doing it. Here's what that looks like. You're sitting across from her at a cafe. You casually lean forward while telling a story. 3 seconds later, she leans in too. Same angle, same rhythm. Almost. Like she's syncing her energy with yours. You sip your coffee and then place the cup back down. A few seconds pass. and she mirrors the exact motion with her own. It's not an accident, it's not coincidence, it's instinct. Why does this happen? Because humans, especially women, mirror those they feel emotionally connected to. It's a social bonding mechanism rooted in our evolutionary past. It says, I feel safe with you. I want to be close to you. I'm attracted and I want us to be in sync. But it doesn't stop there. True mirroring gets deep. She'll start matching your speech rhythm, your tone of voice, even your breathing rate. You ever notice a woman laughing in the same tempo you do, or that her energy rises and falls along with yours? That's not random. She's syncing with you on a subconscious level. Because her brain is saying, this man, he's someone I want to bond with, and there's actual science behind it. A study from the University of California showed that couples who are genuinely attracted to one another mirror each other's behavior 72% more often than platonic friends. That means, yes, if a woman is copying your gestures, your posture, your mannerisms, it's very likely she's crazy about you. But here's the part no one tells you. The timing matters just as much as the behavior. If she mirrors you instantly, like within 3 to 5 seconds, that's a huge green flag. Her attraction is raw and uncontrolled. Her guard is down, but if she starts mirroring you with a delay, say 30 seconds or even a minute, that's equally powerful, because it means she's fighting it mentally, trying to stay composed. But her body is betraying her. Let me paint the picture. You're chatting at a party. You scratch your chin. About 40 seconds later, she touches her cheek. You tilt your head slightly. Soon after, she mirrors that angle. That delay, that's her subconscious leaking through the cracks. She doesn't want to seem obvious, but attraction has a mind of its own. And you know what most guys do? Nothing, they don't notice it. They're so focused on what she's saying, they miss what her body is screaming. Now here's a little experiment for you. The next time you're around a woman you suspect might be into you, try this. Start with a baseline observation. Don't do anything different. Just watch how she sits, moves, speaks for about 5 minutes. Then, make a controlled shift. Lean back, cross your arms, scratch your nose. Do anything slightly out of the norm. Then count. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. If she mirrors that move, even something small, congratulations, you just caught her subconscious reacting to your presence. Want to go further? Match her breathing. Subtly sync your pace to hers. It sounds strange, but it creates a sense of deep comfort and connection. She won't know why she feels pulled toward you, but she will. This isn't a manipulation trick. It's awareness. You're becoming fluent in the language of silent desire, the kind of awareness that makes her feel like, he just gets me. Here's your big takeaway. Mirroring never lies. Words can deceive. Smiles can be fake. But the body, it always tells the truth. And once you start picking up on these cues, you'll never see the world the same way again. Now tell me in the comments, have you ever noticed a woman subtly mirroring you? What did you think it meant at the time? Now, the second hidden sign she's crazy about you is one that most guys completely misread. It's confusing, it feels like rejection, but it's actually one of the strongest indicators of real attraction. Let's talk about what I call the jealousy trap. It starts off so subtly that you won't even see it unless you know what to look for. You're texting her regularly, she's all warm and sweet. Then out of nowhere, she goes cold. She mentions some other guy. She pulls away emotionally, and you're left thinking, wait, did I do something wrong? No, man, you didn't. She's not ghosting you. She's testing you. When a woman starts catching feelings, like real deep attraction, her brain automatically starts generating small jealousy scenarios to test your emotional strength. This isn't manipulative, this isn't toxic, it's ancient biological programming at work. It's her subconscious saying, if I get close to this man, can I trust him? Will he crumble if I push just a little? So here's how it shows up in real life. Let's say you're talking at work. Things are flowing. She's laughing, smiling, good energy. Then she suddenly says something like, "Oh, I saw you talking to that new girl by the printer. She seems your type." And she says it with a neutral tone, like it's no big deal. But here's what's really going on. That was a probe, a jealousy test. She wants to see how you react. Do you get nervous and explain? Do you try to reassure her? Or do you stay cool because the correct response? Calm, centered, zero insecurity. You can even lean into it. Smile slightly. Say, yeah, she's cool. That's it. No defense, no justifying, just solid, unshakable energy. Why does this work? Because she's not looking for information about that other girl. She's looking for information about you, your frame, your confidence, your self-worth. Let me give you another example. You're texting regularly, then one day she suddenly brings up an ex, or says something like, "I got asked out today," and then she just leaves it hanging. She's not doing this to hurt you. She's doing it to see, will this throw him off? Is he going to spiral, double text, act needy, or will he stay grounded? You know what most guys do? They chase, they react. They say things like, "Oh, who was it? Are you going out with him?" And just like that, they fail the test. But the guys who win, they respond with amused indifference. Something like, "Bet he's got great taste." Slight smile emoji. Done. You're showing her, I'm not competing with other men, I am the prize. And she feels that in her nervous system. It's not logic, it's chemistry. Let me tell you why this works on a deeper level. When you pass these jealousy traps, her brain releases more dopamine and oxytocin, the same chemicals that trigger bonding and attachment. Because you've demonstrated emotional security, something most men can't fake, and it doesn't stop there. You'll notice she starts escalating after this. More touch, more eye contact, more effort. Because in her subconscious, she now views you as the man who passes her filters. She wanted to be caught. She wanted you to notice her little test and pass it. One of my clients had this exact experience. He was dating a woman who randomly brought up how attractive one of her guy friends was. She said, "We used to have a thing back in college." Now my client, before learning this stuff, would have panicked, but instead he just nodded, smiled, and said, "Hey, good memories are part of life." And then he changed the subject. No jealousy, no reaction. And guess what? Later that night she told him, "I really like how you don't get weird or jealous. It makes me feel safe." That's what this is about. Safety, stability, strength. Because when a woman starts liking you, she wants to know if her emotions are safe with you. If you'll still be calm when things get complicated. If you'll still be grounded when she throws you off balance. The jealousy trap is a filter, and the stronger her feelings, the more she'll test you. Now, here's something most men never realize. When a woman stops testing you, that's often when she's lost interest. No tests means no investment. So don't fear the test. Recognize it, embrace it, and stay solid. Here's what to do the next time it happens. She pulls away. Give her space. Don't chase. Don't question. She drops a jealousy comment, smile, be cool, give a light-hearted response and move on. She talks about another guy, just agree. He sounds like a good dude. Then change the subject. That's your power. She'll feel it deep in her instincts. She won't even be able to explain why she's drawn to you. But she will be, because confidence, true confidence, isn't about bragging, chasing, or flexing. It's about holding your ground when she shakes it. That's what makes you rare. That's what makes her stay. So next time a woman mentions her guy friend or casually talks about being asked out, don't react emotionally. Recognize it for what it is. It's a door, not a wall. Now tell me in the comments, have you ever been tested like this and didn't even realize it at the time? Looking back, how did you respond? Let me tell you a story about a guy named Daniel, smart dude, good-looking, solid job, confident. But when it came to women, he had no idea how to read the signs. There was this woman at his gym, Melissa. She'd always smile when they passed each other. Sometimes they'd chat for a few minutes, nothing deep, just light, playful banter. Now here's where it gets interesting. Every time Daniel moved to a different machine, she'd show up nearby, stretching within a few feet, fixing her ponytail, while sneaking glances. Once, he even noticed she adjusted her posture right after he did, but he brushed it off. He figured she was just being friendly. Didn't want to be the creepy guy by assuming too much. So he kept it casual. One day, she mentions out of nowhere, there's this guy here who's been flirting with me a lot. He's cute, but I'm not sure he's my type. Daniel froze. He thought, okay, so she's definitely not into me. She's literally talking about another guy. And that was it. He mentally checked out. What he didn't realize, that was the jealousy trap. She was testing the waters, trying to see if he would react. Would he get jealous? Would he show interest? Or would he fumble the moment? And he did. He smiled politely, said nothing, and later that week, she stopped hanging around him completely. It wasn't rejection. It was a missed opportunity. Now imagine if he'd known what that moment really meant. He could have smiled, leaned in a little, said something like, careful, sounds like you're attracting all kinds of attention these days. Playful, confident, nothing needy. That would have flipped the energy completely. It would have shown. Her he saw through the test and passed. The truth is, we've all been Daniel at some point, missing signs, misreading interest, thinking it wasn't meant to be. When in reality, she was just waiting for us to step up. So here's your takeaway. From Daniel's story, pay attention to what's happening between the lines. Her words might say one thing, but her behavior, her eyes, her timing, that's where the real message lives. Don't miss your moment. Now that you know these two hidden signs, you're already ahead of most men out there, seriously. Because attraction, real attraction, isn't about what she says, it's about what she can't control. Let's break it down. When a woman is mirroring you, matching your posture, syncing her breathing, copying your little gestures, that's not just random. That's her subconscious saying, I'm connected to you. And when she throws out those jealousy traps, mentions other guys, pulls back a little, tests your emotional reactions, it's not rejection. It's not a game. It's a filter, a chance to prove that you're the kind of man who doesn't fold under pressure. The kind of man who stays grounded, calm, confident in his value. So here's what you do with this knowledge. First, start observing. Slow down and pay attention. Her body language is speaking volumes. Don't just focus on her words. Look at how she moves, how she reacts, where her eyes go when she thinks you're not looking. Second, stay composed during emotional spikes. If she pulls away or tests you, don't panic, don't chase, don't over-explain. Hold your frame. Smile. Be cool. Show her you're unshaken. Third, trust the signs. If she's mirroring you and testing you, she's already halfway there. You don't need to perform, you just need to be aware. And act like a man who understands the game beneath the surface. Start watching women's micro-behaviors. They're telling you more than their words ever could. And once you develop that awareness, you'll stop chasing and start choosing. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you. Seriously, most men will never take the time to learn this stuff, let alone apply it. But now you've got a real advantage. You're no longer guessing. You're seeing the patterns. The small things that used to confuse you, now they make sense. So the next time a woman mirrors your movement or casually brings up some guy out of nowhere, you'll know exactly what's happening. And more importantly, you'll know how to respond. This kind of awareness doesn't just change your dating life. It changes the way you carry yourself everywhere. So tell me in the comments, have you ever experienced either of these signs, mirroring or a jealousy test, and didn't realize it until now? I'd love to hear your story. And your experience might even help someone else recognize the moment when it shows up in their life. If you found value in this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss future insights on Stoicism and self-improvement. Until next time, stay sharp, stay grounded, and always pay attention to what's not being said, because that's where the truth lives.